Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. I had to look over and I had to make sure I was recording on the other computer because I forgot. I'm taking a few days off just to get some rest. I haven't been feeling that well. Nothing serious, don't worry. And it's not the Dark Souls sickness because normally I feel a lot worse with that. It was just, some allergy stuff, some side stuff. No big deal. Earlier today, a few hours ago, Stitches got some balance changes. They increased his auto attack damage and his slam damage. I just went into a game on the lovely Shire, and I was testing out a pure slam build. Can't say that I'm a fan of it at all. So, if you would like to mess around with slam, I'm going to try to give you my recommendation of a build to do that today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again on the Shire map today. We are going to be going for Hungry for More at level 1. But Pallytime, if you want to use slam, why don't you go for heavy slam at level 1? No one sounds like that. I tried it, and a 50% increase damage does scale quite nicely throughout the course of the game. The problem is you're missing out on a lot of things that make Stitches good. For instance, your health. Being alive usually makes Stitches pretty good. So we are going to go for Hungry for More. This is going to increase our maximum health by 30 whenever we pick up a regen globe. So we are going to be hunting for those. If so, Pallytime, it's an honor to play with you. I never understood that. I don't get it. It's just I'm just a fat white guy playing a video game. Uh-oh. The enemy team moving in with a vengeance as we were trying to take down that... Holy shit, could this be any worse? Could this be any worse? Oh, and of course I missed the grab on Nova, who apparently is going real deep. Whoa. Well then. That's a start. That's a start. That's the start of a game. The friendly team, Linara, Stitches, Karazim, Sylvanas, and the Butcher. The Butcher. Hello, Brightwing. How baby girl? How you doing? The Butcher, I read on Reddit, someone said a pretty funny joke about him. It said that the Butcher has all of the tools necessary to get himself into trouble and none of the tools necessary to get himself out of trouble. And it's so true. Oh, Nova's here. And it's so true. It's so true. Like, he has the hardest of hard engages and then no way to disengage from it. I'm just going to eat the decoy. Get some health back. So, the slam build, I mean, I did manage to do about 100,000 damage in the last game. It was about a 25-minute match. No supports on either side, so it was pretty much just constant fighting all the time for no reason. You guys know how those quick match games go. But, you're missing out on the things that make Stitches really good, or some of his key talents, in my opinion. Also, when you go for just pure slam, you also aren't really able to deal any auto attack damage. And remember, your auto attacks just got an increase as well. So this build is going to try to capitalize on all of the buffs that Stitches just received in this newest balance change. We are going to start out with those regen globes because success is all about a good foundation. Motherfucker! I wanted to pull that to me so I didn't have to go in and get in danger, but it looks like they're scared of us. Then we're going to go for amplified healing because you want your Devour to be able to keep you alive for longer. And this is also going to feed into the build later on as well. I'm going to have to turn around and eat and hope for the best. Well, that was pretty good. You can't hope for much better than that. Amplified healing is also going to increase the amount of health that we get from sippy cups, which, is always pretty good. Do we want to do anything here? I don't think I can. I don't think I can do much here. We can kind of bait them around a little bit, but as far as capping the point by myself versus a Brightwing and Tyke, it's not going to be too good. Brightwing actually received a lot of love today. I'm looking forward to playing her again. Brightwing is a fantastic character. I've always really enjoyed Brightwing. But her talents haven't been that good, and her skills haven't been that good lately. Not my intended target, but you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. And then just come in here in front line for our Karazim, who I thought was going to stand on the point, but decided to go punch some minions. Probably to get some health, so, I mean, you can't be mad at him for that, but, none of this is playing out in the way that I thought it would. Oh, terrible hook. Terrible hook. That would have been an easy kill if I didn't mess it up. Alright, let's come in here, get another regen globe. We're up to 5, which is not that great. When I'm having a good game, I can have like 12 by now. The hook coming out from the enemy team. Stitches into the body block from Diablo. I'm trying to make the situation a little bit better. Tried to pull Diablo out of there. Did not see the Stitches in the bush as well. Now all of a sudden I'm in a bit of a predicament, so we do need to reposition. I want this fucking region globe though. I didn't get it. I'm mad. I'm mad I didn't get it. Can I hook this caster? Boom! There we go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. At level 7, we are going to go for Tenderizer. That is by far my favorite talent in the tier. Tenderizer allows you to slow enemies whenever you auto-attack them, which is going to allow you to deal that increased auto-attack damage that we just got in the patch significantly more. You're going to be able to stick to targets a lot easier. Come on, Stitches. You really think I'm just going to let you... Come on. Who do you think I am? Where do you think you is? I'm just going to stand here and trade into him until I get this region club. I guess I'm winning. And look at him trying to run away. And the extra damage we can do... Oh, that hook was so good. That hook, it totally killed me. And even Diablo, like, he could try to body block us, but we just slow him down to the point where he can't, like, keep up with our movements. Fantastic talent. One of the best. And if you're just starting out, you might be thinking, well, is a slow and auto attack really that good? It is. It really is. That's one of the talents I've picked up since the very beginning of Stitches. It's always been top tier pick. The toppest of tippy top tiers. We can come in here and trade a little bit if Sylvanas comes in with us, but she's a little hesitant, so we are going to have to disengage. The hook, however, will pull Tychus into my grasp, and the slam will take him down. See, slam does good damage, even without the 50% damage increase now. Slam is actually worth spending the mana on, which is new, because it wasn't like that always at all. It wasn't anywhere close to like that. I'm just going to ignore the Stitches. Karazhan is doing, yes, I was going to say was doing, but he made it better. Doing a great job of standing in the way of the hook so that Stitches couldn't interrupt me. Great job. And we should be able to just take Stitches down here with some fire underneath his feet, but it looks like he's going to live with just a little bit. Karazhan saying he has my back. Babe girl, I believe you, even though you're probably not a girl or a baby. Statistically speaking. We are going to go for Putrid Bile at... Let's get the fuck out of here. At level 10, Putrid Bile, my favorite ultimate out of the two in most circumstances. Devour has its place, specifically when the enemy team has something like a stim drone. You could just take the stim drone target away from battle, and all of a sudden, well, you're not doing much with that stim drone now, are you? They're coming down to kill me, huh? We do have the Bile to get out. I'm actually not that worried. We should be able to just put Stitches in our base. Oh, he moved. And the range was a little off anyway. I wanna try. No! It was perfect! It was fucking perfect! So now we just devour Tychus, walk away with the Bile, and we live through everything. And then we dodge the hook, and then we dodge the hook, and then we dodge the hook. And then we pull Tychus back to his doom. Oh, that wasn't enough. So, you know, we had a pretty mediocre Dragon Knight there, but you know what? We applied some pressure. Top was able to split push and get a decent amount of this fort down, so we bought time for them. And then I think Sylvanas died because she overcommitted to the fight, but that's okay. It's worth mentioning some of this damage here. We're at the highest in the whole game right now. Some of that damage is because of the Dragon Knight fire and, you know, the punts and stuff. But with the new slam changes, even without the slam talents in the early game, you are going to be able to deal a lot of damage. Just a lot of really good, consistent auto attack damage. Some good slam damage as well. And remember that slam damage is AoE, so you are going to be hitting a significant portion of the enemy team every time that you use it. Fuck! That was such a good opportunity for a hook, and I wasted it. I just wasted it. Come on, hook me. Come on. Come on. Come on, hook me. I want it. Oh, why didn't you do it? So I'm just trying to bait them into chasing me here, because we did have the Bile up, and then we could have them chase me into it, and it would deal a pretty significant amount of AoE damage as well. This position, however, not too advantageous for us. I can cast the Bile now and try to peel for our Sylvanas. Again, just encasing Diablo in the goop here, in my green shit, and then hoping for the best. Slam, gonna deal some damage to the enemy team. The hook did nothing. The hook did nothing, but the slam will. Actually, that was just Bile. That That was just the damage over time, either from me or from Lunara. I'm not sure which one. But we were able to secure yet another kill. And I'm still racking up damage over time with all these traits and shit going off. Not bad. You still there? No. Okay. My hooks are a little rusty right now. I'll be the first one to admit that. So if you do want to take slam talents, I think this is the tier where you could start to do that. Shit, I wasn't paying attention. That's what happened there. So you can increase the size of your slam by 25%, which is actually a really big radius. And then at the next talent tier, at level 16, we are going to make it so slam does a slow. Now this previously used to be a stun, which was crazy good on Stitches and was definitely worth taking. An AoE stun of that size, I'm sure you can imagine, is pretty harmful to characters like Lily who have to channel an effect, or ETC who have to channel an effect, or any other character that has to channel an effect. We'll go ahead and cast the bile here and just engage deep into the enemy team, try to make all of them walk over this, get some healing off of Brightwing, and then turn around and slam. Basically making it so my team can push in really aggressively, and the enemy team, if they want to run away, they have to run through that carpet. So we set that up quite nicely for our team to push in and be really, really aggressive. So the slam increase, I mean, I will admit that when you get the vial gas with your slam, it does do more damage, and of course the 50% increase is pretty meaningful. I think towards the course of the last game where I was going for full slam, I was hitting, this is at like the 25-minute mark, I was hitting for about 400 to every target that I slammed, and it was also applying the vial gas trait. Break him out, break him out, break him out! So I mean, that's a lot of damage, right? That's a pretty significant amount of damage. For just casting a W ability, and remember it's going to hit everyone in this area as well. We're just going to cast the bile and walk it out. Dealing damage to everyone in there. The team re-engaging though, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting everyone just to kind of leave. Can we make anything happen on Tychus here? A hook says yes! The hook says yes! Uh-oh, the counter hook though. Wasn't expecting that. I don't think there's anything he can do to me though. I think I'm totally fine. The bile's going to be a problem. He doesn't seem to be able to get around me, though. He body blocked himself and I'm moving Stitches. How do you even do that? Pulverize. Slam adds a 75% slow for 1 second. And it's also going to reduce the cooldown of Slam by 2 seconds as well. So we have 8-second cooldown on our Slam. This is going to be a pretty significant amount of AoE damage in the middle of these team fights that we can do every 8 seconds. Now, from a Stitches player like myself who's been playing it for a really long time, it could be hard to remember to cast Slam because all of a sudden, you know, Slam hasn't been relevant for the past however many months. Hasn't even been worth casting. I'm way out of position here. I think our Lunara's gonna die, but we're actually in a decent spot for a bile here, so let's go ahead and heal off of Nova. Continue to have them... Oh, you just saved me. You just fucking saved me. There's the slow on everyone. Can we get away? Well, of course we can. Well, of course we can. Charism did help with that quite a bit, and I just got myself killed by getting hooked, but you know what? That's okay. Oh, Nova. Oh, no. Dude. He took no damage from that precision strike. That was crazy. That was crazy. Oh, and he dodged the hook. Good job. That was good. I didn't want to look away. That was full of suspense and magic and wonderment. So the build, as of right now, it's pretty close to what we were doing on Stitches before the patch. At level 13, I'm kind of weird and I like Helping Hand. But at level 13, I feel like all of his talents are worth picking now in the right situation. Helping Hand is just fun and I enjoy using it. But Indigestion, you create a Retchling that increases your single target damage. If you want to deal slam damage, if you want to add in that AoE slow, the increased radius by 25% on slam is pretty good at level 13. And if the enemy team has a ton of crowd control, you know, an Uther, Tyrande, and maybe a Muradin or something, then picking Relentless can be really good for your health. At level 16, however, you do miss out on a ton of talents that I like quite a bit. For instance, the fishing hook, always been one of my favorite talents since the very beginning of Stitches. That hook didn't land. Fuck you. That hook did not land and the game gave it to me anyway. But okay. And let's take a look at the tier. Level 16 tier. We have Pulverize now, which is adding the slow on our W. Fishing Hook, which is really, really good. Stone Skin, again, you would kind of pick it in the same situation that you would pick Relentless in, where the enemy team has a ton of damage and they're able to lock you down in one place and you want to become tankier. So you pick Stone Skin and Relentless. Fishing Hook, I just love Fishing Hook. The extra range is great. Shish Kebab is a bit more niche. You have to use it in a situation where you're pulling enemies through their tower for it to really have any type of benefit. I see her. I can't get her though. Yeah, did we lose bottom? Yeah, we took too long getting top and lost bottom. That's okay. If you do decide to go for the Vile Cleaver instead of Amp Healing, you are going to be getting a ton of wave clear out of your slam, which is really good. Basically, right now, we are set up for slows. I'm able to control this Stitches so much that he's having a hard time moving around me, even with the movement speed increase on his Putrid Bile. That's pretty significant. That's a very meaningful slow. And I should be able to exploit it on him now as he's trying to run away. We're going to be able to slow him down. We have a slow on our auto attack, we have a slow on our W, and we have a slow on our ultimate. We're able to just make everyone go slow, bro. And it's real good. It feels really good, actually. The decreased cooldown on Slam is quite nice when you're building for slows in every direction. And I can see myself really liking this build, as long as I get used to not having Fishing Hook. That's pretty much the kicker. Looks like Karazim tried to palm himself, tried to stay alive, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough. We're over here brawling for nothing. I feel like I should point that out. Like, we're fighting for seriously nothing right now. There's nothing to gain in middle lane, but the team is all in here. I kind of led the charge, so I'm kind of guilty. The team's all in here. We're not really getting anything accomplished. Good, they did back off and kind of do their own thing. It is worth mentioning that you are very tanky while you're going for this kind of slow build as well. Look how long I was fighting 3 characters there. And I really could have left at any point. And we're dealing a meaningful amount of damage at the same time. So, my first impressions of the changes to Stitches, very good. Very good. I like Regenerative Bile because we have the Amplified Healing and the Hungry for More in the early game, which is increasing our health and our sustain. The Regenerative Bile just does that more. We've been using the Bile in really, really good situations. It's either used to help your team engage deeper or help your team run away, and it's very diverse like that. And we've been doing some really, really good damage with it. We're wasting a Dragon Knight. Holy shit. That did nothing. Are you gonna make it? Oh, the hook, though. I think he's gonna make it. Wow. This is a 4v5, so they shouldn't really fight. They really should just back up. The Divine Palm is gonna keep the Butcher alive, but we are gonna lose our Charism in the process. Maybe? No, we're in the way now. We're in the way now, Dibbles. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Dibbles? You can't do anything. And then we Bile, and then we run this way, and then we cut off your escape, and then we slam because you're slowed now, and then we run this way. Charism's gonna pick off Diablo. We're gonna slam in here, so these guys down even more. I think I'm overstaying my welcome just a little bit, though. But we can re-engage with the team now. Slam again, gonna slow down the enemy team's Stitches. Should get us in range to auto attack. But with Diablo coming in and me being under a fort, we are very vulnerable now. Should be enough for us to peel for Lunara. She should be able to come in here and actually get the kill. I hope. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Storm Shield coming out for the friendly team, I believe that was. So Karazim picking up Storm Shield. We're going to come in with another slam and a slow on Tychus. But it looks like it's about time to leave, ladies and gentlemen. We can actually pick up a kill here pretty easy if we wanted to, though. The Bile's going to make it harder. I take it back. But just look how much sustain we have. We're able to do just stupid shit by ourselves and really control the enemy team at the same time. And it feels pretty good. It feels pretty good, man. It feels good, Bo. So how confident am I in this healing? Apparently overly confident. And I really think that could have been a double kill. But again, what was that kill for? Nothing. It was for nothing. I completely overstayed my welcome, and I was fighting for no reason whatsoever. Looks like we are going to get a fast cap on the dragon, though. Cares him jumping in as long as these minions don't hit him. So very nicely done there. We should definitely push into the middle lane and try to clear that down. And we've soaked just above 90,000 damage. We've dealt 70,000 siege and hero damage as well. So pretty fucking good numbers for his Stitches. Now his survivability didn't actually get any love. He was this survivable before, but the extra control for Slam here does allow you to get away with more stuff. You shouldn't just sacrifice the Dragon Knight, man. You have to poke, wait for the team, prod in a little bit. You should always run the duration out on a Dragon Knight, basically, is what I'm saying. You could use it to soak XP if you can't go into tower range, but you know what? We did get a keep, so that's okay. Lunara diving really deep, and the Butcher blinking in right after. We have 3 down, 3 down. Push. We should push another lane or push core right now. Oh, that palm was so good. That palm was so good. We should win the game. We should definitely win the game. We have 40 seconds. Okay, here we go. Here we go. If they re-engage, it's my job to peel. It's my job to peel, and I can do that. We have Butcher, one of the highest single target damaging heroes in the entire game, on our side. And I'm going to just use my bile and my self-sustain to keep myself alive while the team is killing the core. And now moving in just for body blocks so they can't pressure our Butcher. Look at that. It's like I've played the video game before. So our hooks could have been better that game for sure, but I feel like this is going to be a pretty solid build moving forward with the Stitches changes. I just bit my tongue as I said that. If you do go full Slam build, you are giving up a ton of survivability in the early game that really have a meaningful impact on the late game. Amplified healing, I think, is one of Stitch's most important talents because he has a self-heal. You make your E ability, you make that Devour even more meaningful. And it's really, really strong. And of course, having a ton of health, you know, has its advantages, but if you're going against an enemy team that has a ton of giant killers, maybe you want to rethink Hungry for More at level 1. Tenderizer just allows us to deal that basic attack damage, which was pretty, you know, it was good. It was a good source of your damage before, and it's an even better source of your damage now. That 25% slow allows you to keep up with basically everyone in the game. Even Lunara, who has a 20% speed increase, you could probably keep up with her, although it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Putrid Bile, great for making space and cutting off the enemy team. My favorite ultimate out of the two. And we get the healing upgrade at level 20, which of course goes along with amplified healing early on. And then because we wanted to use the slam, the Vile, no, it's not Vile Cleaver, that's a talent. We want to use the slam to deal more damage in an AoE situation and control the flow of battle a little bit more. We did go for Mega Smash, which increases the range by 25%, and Pulverize, which decreases the slam cooldown by 2 seconds, and it slows enemies. It's going to be weird getting used to smashing the W key on Stitches all the time again, but you know what? These are some pretty good changes, and it feels pretty good. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.